Well, good morning to you. Guy Watson here, Bognor Regis Bonsai. But what I was actually doing just now, I was going around the trees and trying to pull a few weeds out, because there are an awful lot of weeds hanging in my pots, because I haven't really been mobile enough to go around and do a bit of weeding. But as it's slowly improving, I am doing a bit more weeding. But I thought I'd give you some updates as well. This is, can't say this is a success. This is my Orange Dream number 2 that I pulled out of one of those great big silver and black tubs. And it didn't look very good when I was doing the job, but it is dead, so that can be thrown away now. What I will do, I'll keep this because it may be useful as some form of tanuki later on. So we'll keep the tree, and we'll save the earth because that's not been used at all. Anyway, a failure on Orange Dream number 2, but as I say, it didn't look good when I started with it, but we gave it a go. I'll show you Orange Dream number 1. Well, okay, Orange Dream number 1 is a totally different kettle of fish. It has taken very, very well into its stages of getting in for a bonsai. And I'm glad this one's coming on like this. Here's the work I did down here on the trunks. But it's turning into a nice little tree, this. I'll let it grow all for this year up until the autumn, just to let it gain vigour, and then I'll do some trimming back a bit, but just for now, that I am very, very pleased with how that's come out. Orange Dream number 1. Lovely looking tree. It's going to make a great bonsai in the future. Right, let me show you a couple of other things I've found while I've been doing some weeding. Right, well here's a nice little tree that I found. I pulled all the weeds out earlier and I chopped it back a bit. It's a Japanese flowering quince, they call it a Sycamores or Sycamores, I believe. Anyway, that's going to turn into quite a nice little tree. Hadn't seen this tree for a while. It was stuck on one of my benches, full of weeds, as I say. I took this cut up the top off here. It was about up to here, and I made a couple of cuttings off that. So they're in a tub now, waiting to see if they grow. A flower pot. But there's a nice looking Japanese quince. I hope will grow into a nice little tree in the future. Right, let's have a look at another one. Okay, well here's another tree that I need to do some weeding on. As I say, the weeds have gone wild. This is a Chamaecyparis that I got from the local B&Q for a couple of quid on the sale rail. But let me pull the weeds out, then we'll have a close look at it. Okay, well the first thing I noticed with this, it's still wired in. And the tree seems pretty well established, so let's have the wire off for a start. It can only mark the thing now. Right, that's the wire off. Right, and let's have a look up here. It's actually quite a nice little shape, this, but just need to chop back some of these long pieces just to keep it in control. One thing about these Chamaecyparis, they are fairly easy to deal with. That branch I think is one we don't want at all coming across here. Well, we'll cut it very short. There we go. Looks to be a bit too much foliage in here. Shorten this one down. And this one. I'm not going to take it right off. Just tidy it up a bit. There. That looks a bit tidier, I think. trying not to cut through the leaves because obviously they'll just go brown if I cut through them. Oh dear, prawn, that was not good. Never mind, it'll recover. That would take it all off now. That was a bad shot. There. I think I've got away with that. Could be something to do with the sun right up there shining at me. And rushing, not concentrating. I think for now, you know, I'm going to leave it at that. Just let that grow. Probably cut it again sometime in the fall, I thought. Autumn, sorry. Let's just give you a quick spin. It looked quite a nice little tree. Oh, we'll have this bit off here. And there we have it. One Chamaecyparis. I meant not Chamaecyparis, that's the Japanese flowering quince. I mean Chamaecyparis, that's it. Right, okay then, let's have a look at another one. And last but not least, these two sycamores, which once again have got a lot of weeds in. So I'll weed it, then I'll give you a close up of it, because there's a little job that we need to do on it. So I'll get straight back to you after I've done the weeding. Okay, here's the first sycamore. It's got a bit tall, I know. I was thinking, could I turn it into a literati? Then looking down the trunk here, I see that down here we have sprouts coming, buds coming out, and up here. So I think just let it go at the top, and hopefully try and chop it back when these grow a bit down here. So that's what's going to be done with that one. And on this one, I will chop these leaves back a bit. This long straight piece here, I'll chop that back a bit. Lost my fingers in the camera. But the main thing with these is this problem. Sycamores, they're prone to this rust. Can you see that there? Right. Now I have some stuff down here, excuse me, which should deal with this. It's called Fungus Clear Ultra, and it does say it. What's that? Black spot, powdery mildew and rust. So I'll spray all the trees with this Fungus Clear, and see if that has an effect. Sycamores are prone to this, so I'm not surprised they've got problems with it. Right, I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, well while we're looking at this one then, what we'll have to do, we'll chop this one off here, leave a small bit for dieback. Over there we'll let it go. Actually what I'll do, take off these two leaves, just leave the smaller ones above it. And in fact I'm going to take this whole stretch off there. There are some more buds coming in there, so we'll totally remove this big leaf here. And in fact what I will do, I'll remove that one that's covered in the rust. And the same here. But I will give it a spray anyway. And there's more rust on that one. Right. Take that one off. Just try to reduce these sycamore leaves. They are big. Let these grow just for now because I need to leave something on this branch. But I think that'll do for that one. And the other one we're just going to leave for now, so I'll clear all this lot up and I'll get the spray and we'll give them a quick spray of that Fungus Clear. Okay, well the last little job on these sycamores then is to spray it with this Fungus Clear. I actually quite like the smell of this stuff. I wouldn't like to put it under my armpits. Right, we'll put these to one side, one last little thing. This is more preventative than anything else. Let's have a look at my sycamore forest and we'll give that a spray. These leaves are better sized. There's the root constriction. Right. I'll leave that on there to dry off because there's a few little weeds there I just need to pull out later. Right, so that's today's little jobs done. Thank you very much indeed. See you later.